"Can I get you a salad?" Not the best opening line, but it did indeed work. I was at a party, the usual thing. Girls, guys, and me. A half-breed alien. Yes, a half-breed alien. Father human, a great guy called Carl, and mother, an alien to your world whose name is unimportant, but we all called her Jill. I can hear you thinking, unimportant? But you're wrong. It is unimportant. My maternal grandfather was away on a business trip, and while exploring the countryside around his hotel, saw some very pretty flowers. When he returned to his hotel, he asked what they were called. The clerk was in a rush and had stuff to do and just screamed, "Those are unimportant. I need to sort this out or my boss will kill me." And so his newborn daughter was named after them in the local language. It wasn't until Granny went to look them up that they realised their mistake. But by then, half the family had heard the name, so it stuck. My name? You sure you want to know? Okay. Hi there. I am Uksarju, but you can call me George. Why a salad? Well, isn't it obvious? All the great things start with a salad. Well, they do in our family at least. Mum met Dad due to her inability to navigate and eat a salad. Granny met Gadar over a bowl of Uhubja 89, but that is another long story which no one has time for. So, following family traditions, I thought I would give it a shot. I studied her from across the room, and after several drinks and a couple more, I plucked up the courage to speak to her. She was a picture in fine porcelain, all white skin and finely crafted features, something precious to behold. The girl on the receiving end of my witty remark just stood there and stared at me as if I was from another planet, which I am not. I'm from Dorset. I only work on other planets. I waited, then her lip curled, and she hissed a very unpleasant answer, which, should she have known my lineage, would have been shockingly true. I was crestfallen, yet I felt it subside. My crest? A ridge of bones down my spine, shockingly small on account of my father, but still, never mind. We won't go there in polite company. As I turned to move away, I felt a touch on my arm, and a voice said, "I would kill for a salad right now." And there she was, my once and future wife, Sadira. Short and plump with olive skin and a smile. Oh my freaking goodness. Her smile, well, all I can say is, wow. My crest woke up and I was so glad it's as small as it was, or I would be needing a new shirt and jacket. We made our way to the kitchen where all the cool people were hanging and headed straight over to the buffet. Elbowing the others out the way, we descended on it like a plague of 2 locusts. And within minutes, there was not a leaf of garnish left anywhere. We found a seat in the conservatory and settled down. Side by side with our heaped plates on our laps, we dug into the food. Now I love a good salad, but to be honest, I love my meat as well. And it soon became clear so did Sadira. So abandoning the party, we went in search of real food. Thank the gods for late night kebabs. In all their greasy goodness. Piles of meat, we never ask what it is. And a hot, humid, sticky room to eat in. And a hot, sticky table to go with it. Absolute heaven. Sadira and I just talked, and it was wonderful. She spoke of how it was living in England as a member of the minority, and I just listened completely enthralled by her smile. I barely had a word to say, and all I could think was, if only she knew. I mean, there is, after all, just myself and my sister Gudge, or Sarah, as we are calling her here, and Mam. Now that really is a minority. I believe I fell in love with Sadira that very first night. Although at the time there were so many hormones fighting for control of my body at the time, I did not realise until later that it was love at first sight of that smile. Yes, I know, I keep harping on about the smile. Well, you all must have seen it in photos, or on the news, or even just lucky enough to see it in person. I've had that smile aimed at me with full force. Just me. And I was on the receiving end. Okay, I shall stop talking about it now, but wow, am I such a lucky guy to have had that aimed at me with love. So Sadira and I did the dance. We dated. Third date means... well, when she saw my crest, she was not freaked out, and when she ran her hand down it was... well, we're not going there in public. Let us say our fourth date was when I asked her to marry me. Before she said yes, she insisted I took her home so she could meet my family. Mam was all gushing, Dad was Dad, and Sidera loved them both. Sarah was her usual self, all standoffish and bitchy, but could not believe anyone could be tamed so fast. But then Sidera smiled and even she melted. Then came the fun part. Explaining our heritage. Sidera is half Tamil, half Turkish. Her parents had split up many years ago and she had left home and moved away to find a new life here in Dorset. But she was a little shocked to hear that Mam was from another world, while Dad and Sarah and I were born here on Earth. So the wedding. Any of you ever tried to arrange a wedding? Bride sides, two families barely talking to each other, father and mother, needing to be kept 50 yards apart for legal reasons? There would have been trouble if Mam's family had not turned up. To say her brothers are big is an understatement. Each one of them could stand a round or 5 against any of this world's heavyweight boxers. Okay, they couldn't, as none of Earth's finest could stand a chance. Sidera's family kind of subsided when Gorich asked them with extreme politeness to think of the happy couple, or he will remind them that they were not the centre of attention today. Gorich, he is so sweet, and he's such a gentle guy, but boy does he look like security. We had a simple registry office wedding, just 50 guests, and a huge party afterwards. Porcelain Girl was there. After all, she was a good friend of Sidera's, and the only reason she was at the party in the first place. And she even had an affair with Sarah, until Sarah got bored of her and ate her. Nah, I'm only joking. Sarah broke her nose before dumping the skinny bitch's ass.